CCL fans, what is up? Happy Saturday to those of you who are watching this today. Welcome back to another episode of I Just Invested. As I've alluded to in many episodes recently, cards are getting cheaper. That includes prospects. So I say if you've got the funds, be selective, but take advantage as prices come in, which is, sort of the theme of this episode. There's some really great prices to be had on great players. But with that, I will say if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do. We are 25 away from getting this channel to 500 subscribers. Thank you so very much. With that, let's get into the reveal. I'm going to start it off with a non-prospect card. I picked this up on eBay recently for $535. A true blue of George Springer. I mean, if you don't know who George Springer is, you must. He's an incredible outfielder. He won a series with the Houston Astros. He's playing in Toronto right now. And I picked this up for what I felt was a song, $535 for a BGS 9.5. I really feel as though Toronto has a very good shot of winning this series. Granted, their offense hasn't been amazing yet, but I really feel like this was a highly investable card. I just missed out on his orange in an auction. Partly by choice because I didn't want to overpay, but I really wanted another George Springer, but I'll take the True Blue BGS 9.5. Love Springer. He's such a good hitter. Wishing him health this season. Then we've got my man Evan Carter, True Blue 22 of 150. Picked this up for $575 privately. If you don't know, Evan Carter is doing really, really well for High A Hickory and the Rangers organization. He is a ranked prospect, as most of these fellas are that you're going to see in the episode today. Evan Carter's doing really well. Last look, his OPS was over 900. His average was over 300. And he's showing more pop. He's showing more, a little more in terms of home run power. And being that he's, I think he just turned 19. He turns 20 this August. So a lot to like in Evan Carter. People are catching on. They're starting to pick up his cards. But at $575, not bad. Then we've got my man Nick Lofton here. He's doing really well at Northwest Arkansas in AA. His True Gold, 1 of 50. He's 23. His OPS just dipped under 800. He's hitting about 275. He was doing a bit better about a month ago. He's kind of drifted down, but players go through highs and lows. That's okay. This card only cost me $193 at auction. I cannot believe that some of these prospects are getting this cheap, but I really couldn't pass up on a True Gold for $193. While he's not a big name prospect, he is ranked, and this may be like one of my top 3 favorite cards from this entire reveal. That was like a $600 card last summer. I know that because I wanted to buy it and I wouldn't pay $600 and somebody else did. And then we've got Thomas Seges. He's also playing in High A Hickory with Evan Carter. I got this orange for $575, numbered 11 of 25. He isn't ranked as high as Evan Carter, but I like him a little bit. And an orange for just under $600, not bad. He's a shortstop, lots of talent. He's got sneaky good pop. I really feel like he could develop into a very good player. So this is more of a long shot, but I do like him as one of the guys who's kind of overlooked in 20 draft. And then we've got this man who Bichette is not having the season we all hoped he would, but he is starting to turn things around a little bit. He's got, I think, 7 home runs now, and his average is up over 250. And I like Bo. I've done an episode on why I like him and why his cards are cheap. This one just cost me, I think, just under $700, which, quite frankly, is quite cheap. And with the 210 subgrades, I think it'll cross to a PSA 10, and those are going for in the thousands. And if Bo picks it up and starts playing like he's able to, these cards are going to be super expensive. So couldn't pass that up. Love Bo Bichette. Loved him back in February. Love him even more as his cards have gotten cheaper. And we've got my man Justin Foscue. True Orange, 24 of 25. I got this one for $1,000 at auction. I was stunned it went for that low. He is doing really well at AA. He's just 23 years old, middle infielder, second base. His True Orange for $1,000. He has a lot of promise. He's a top-ranked prospect for the Rangers, has a great swing. I say get some Foscue. I really do. He's getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper as people move on to these latest and greatest prospects. Yeah, I'd say have a look at Foscue. Super happy with this purchase at just around $1,000. This guy will come as no surprise. I've actually got 2 of these now. I picked up Tucupita Maricano, this blue, for $43 at auction. Tucupita is actually doing really well for AA Altoona. He's hitting over 300. He's only got a couple of homers, but all his numbers are getting better this year. And again, true story, he just got called up to Pittsburgh again. This is like his second or his third call-up this season. So he's getting his shots. And while he may not ever be a guy who shoots the lights out and hits 30 home runs, I like him. He's got a lot of talent. He's got a nice swing. He's very selective, as I've alluded to in other episodes. His strikeout to walk ratio is incredible, and the fact that he's so versatile is really cool. And to get a true blue for $43, I can't say no. And then I've got his true gold. This is numbered 1 of 50. Same story. This one was really inexpensive. Only cost me about, I think, $200. It's been a while. I haven't looked at the price, but it could have been more than $200, and I'm super happy at that price point. And I'll add it to my Tucupita Maricano pile. I do think he has probably one of the coolest names, too, in all of 20 Bowman Chrome, as silly as that may sound. Then we've got Luis Rodriguez, who is really having a very, very decent season for Rancho Cucamonga in Low A. His power numbers are up. I know some people say they don't like his swing. I don't see that. I actually like his swing quite a little bit. I like him as a player. I probably overpaid for this refractor about 6 weeks ago. Again, these were being held for me until I shipped them home. I think I paid $650 for this refractor, so probably a little bit much, and before the market for prospects started to really come down. But longer term, I love this card. I think he's going to be a phenomenal player, and I don't mind paying that. I'll just have to hold for a little longer is all. And now we've got my man Drew Romo. Fans of this channel, you guys know I love this kid. He's just, I think, 20 now. Yeah, he's going to be 21 come August. This card cost me $1,200. A very special shout out to Hawkeye Long 16 on eBay. Gave me a phenomenal price on this card at $1,200. He actually helped me complete my Drew Romo Rainbow. I don't have the Superfractor, but I do now have the Rainbow. I'm just waiting on some cards to come back from PSA and grading. So special shout out to him. He didn't want to part with it, but he gave me a really great price, and I appreciate it. So shout out to Hawkeye Long 16. Drew Romo is doing really well at High A Spokane. I don't think it's out of the cards he gets promoted to AA Hartford. His numbers are all getting better. There's been good improvement. He is hitting over 300. His OPS is well up over 800 last time I looked. I think it was yesterday or the day before. Lot to like in Drew Romo. And his cards are still cheap in my opinion. You can still get his cards for a reasonable price. 20-year-old catcher. I think he's the future of the franchise for Colorado. And then we've got his red. Bought this one private for $1,100. It's an SGC 9.5, so it may cross to a PSA 9. But to get his, people who have his reds, because there's only a few of them, they want a lot. So to get this for $1,100, not wanting to pay a lot, meaning $4,000 or $5,000, I'll take it at $1,100. It's actually really beautifully centered, so I'm guessing there's some kind of a blemish making it a 9.5, but the corners looked good. That smudging you see is on the slab, so that's nothing to do with the card. But yeah, Drew Romo is just outstanding. I've got his Rainbow now. Super, super duper stoked. This is kind of a fun one coming up next. I get these cards separated. The Simeon Woods Richardson True Blue. I got this at auction for $82. And I know people aren't big on pitchers because they get hurt. This guy is killing it in AA right now. He went to Minnesota in the Austin Martin deal when we got Jose Berrios back. But to get this card for $80 and PSA 10, I'm not going to say no. He's such a young kid. He's a great pitcher, has good stuff, good control. And at $80 at auction, I could not say no. He was a Blue Jay, so maybe there's a bit of bias there because he was a Blue Jay, but I'm not going to say no at that price point. And this guy you've seen before, I like Shaylin Polanco a lot. You guys who don't watch this channel a lot know that I'm really big on 21 and 20 guys. There's something that's called a recency bias. It's very true. People will pay big, big bucks for the newest prospect. Shaylin Polanco was a top international signee. He had a very, very modest start for Pittsburgh in the Dominican Summer League last year, but he's only 18, and to me, there is no difference between an 18-year-old top international prospect from 21 Chrome versus 22 Chrome. There is no difference. And this one only cost me $300. So take advantage of that when it happens. You see guys who are top prospects who have a very small sample size. There's nothing to say they can't turn it around. A True Blue for $300. This card raw, when 21 Chrome came out, would have probably cost you close to $500, $600. So $300 PSA 10, incredible value. I like Shaylin a lot. And this guy, who you know is one of my top picks this year, I picked this one up for $900. Nicky G purple. It's my second or third purple for Nick Gonzalez. He is turning the corner. You can see his card starting to rise in popularity. He is having a really, really good second half of May for AA Altoona. He's hitting over 250, and considering that he was hitting $170 for the first 5 weeks, that's impressive. He started to hit home runs. He's hitting the ball with authority. He looks like the Nicky G from last summer. Only a matter of time until his cards pick up. And a purple of a top prospect who, you know, if he gets hot enough, he could debut for Pittsburgh this year. I'll pay $900 for his purple all day. Last card, folks. Maxi Acosta from 21 Bowman. Again, another top international signee. I believe he's number 10 on the Rangers prospect list. This card cost me $350 or $340, sorry. Already graded gem, PSA 10. I like Acosta a lot. If you watch him for low A down east in the Rangers organization, the Down East Ducks, his swing is awesome. Yeah, maybe have some holes, but it's like a vicious swing. It reminds me of Aaron Judge's swing a little bit. Granted, he's a lot shorter than Judge, but it's so vicious. And when he hits the ball, he hits it hard. He's a little suspect at short, but I do like that he's a shortstop. And again, granted, this kid's only like 19 years old. So lots of time on these prospects. Guys like Shaylin, 18 years old. Acosta, 19 years old. $340 for a refractor. You'll pay that or double for some guys who are brand new in 22 Chrome or 21 Draft. So just pay attention to that, folks. That's it for this segment of I Just Invested. Gang, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button again so you know when new episodes dropped. I know I've said that a couple times, but I want you to know that I appreciate every single one of you people who chooses to watch my platform. This channel is getting bigger and bigger, and that is a big thank you to you. You guys have an amazing week.